Did you know that somewhere out there, a grown adult once confessed to swapping out their roommate's expensive, artisanal, fair trade coffee with cheap instant grounds for an entire year, just to see if they'd notice? Spoiler alert, they didn't. This, my friends, is the glorious, chaotic, and deeply human world of online confessions. It's a place where the tiny, mischievous secrets we harbor in the dark corners of our minds get to see the light of day, typed out for millions of strangers to judge, or more often to laugh with. It's the digital equivalent of whispering a secret into a jar and then flinging that jar into the ocean. Only the ocean is Reddit, and it has a very active comment section. We've all been there, haven't we? That moment you do something so profoundly silly, so uniquely weird, that you can't possibly tell anyone you know. You can't tell your mom. She'd be disappointed. So where do you go? You go to the internet's confession booth. You put on the digital disguise of a username like Definitely Not Kevin42, and you let it all out. It's a space where judgment is suspended, replaced by a collective nod of understanding. Anonymity is a superpower. It's a cloak of invisibility that lets us be our truest, most unfiltered selves without the fear of consequence. When nobody knows who you are, the social pressure to be perfect, to be poised, to have it all figured out just melts away. Let's dive into some of these gems, shall we? One user confessed they told their new colleagues they were a vegan, just to avoid office potlucks and cake days. For months, they lived this lie, secretly eating burgers in their car during lunch. Then there was the person who confessed they spent an entire flight pretending to be French to the person sitting next to them. They didn't speak French, mind you. They just threw in a few oui, non, and sacrebleu while nodding thoughtfully. Another classic story came from someone who admitted they fixed their friend's notoriously slow laptop by secretly changing the Wi-Fi password and only giving the correct one to everyone else in the house. The friend was amazed at how fast their computer suddenly was. Finally, consider the confession from a person who accidentally joined a Zoom meeting for a completely different company and was too embarrassed to leave. They sat through an entire hour-long marketing presentation, occasionally nodding and giving a thumbs up. So what have we learned from our journey through the internet's most honest and hilarious corners? We've learned that we are a planet of goofballs. These stories are more than just cheap laughs. They are tiny windows into our shared humanity. The real magic of these confessions is the connection they build. In a divided world, finding common ground is everything. When we read about someone else's social blunder or secret habit, we see a reflection of ourselves. So here is your call to action. Take a moment today to reflect on one of your own harmless, funny confessions. Share it with a friend, write it down, or just have a private chuckle about it. Let's celebrate our collective imperfection. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go practice my imaginary talk show interview in the mirror. Don't tell anyone.